Hello, I'm back. Okay, I have to start off this video just apologizing to you guys. Just apologizing overall because that first video was filled with nerves, was filled with everything that I did want but didn't want at the same time, you know? So now I'm just gonna put this out there. I'm nervous. I'm anxious. I'm everything and above a teenager should be at this moment in their life. But the Spirit of God lives through me and in me. And I want that to exude off my videos. So I'd like to say, I will stutter, I will trip over my words, and I would look off camera many, many times throughout all my videos. And I'm not going to edit because it really did stress me out the first video. It really did, like, numbers on me, honestly. Like, I decided just to give you the real, raw me. The raw me that you could hear craziness in the background, craziness wherever. You know, the real Anastasia. And that's honestly what I want to give off and what I want to exude. So this is me, and this is how I want to be perceived. And what I said in the first video was true. It was how I want, I guess, this channel to be perceived or to be shown in a way, if that makes sense. But I also wanted to add more. I wanted it to be longer, but I recorded the first time and that didn't go so well, you know? Like that, the first time was, like, I started to become comfortable, and then come to find out, it all muted. You could not hear a thing. So it stressed me out that I had to make another video, and I was already tired from work, and everything was just crashing down, you know? And I crashed down with everything else. But now we're back again. I was thinking not doing this again. I was really thinking about quitting everything, like stopping it now and like just never doing it again, like, you know? But like I said, I'm throwing caution out the window. That would be usually what I would do. That would be usually how I would respond to something like that, to an anxious situation like that. That would be my response. But I'm a new version of me. This is the new version that God made me. I guess I'm growing into the image that God always saw me to be. And I like that. So I want to grow even more. So we're throwing caution out the window, and we're gonna keep going. And I hope one day that we have a great amount of subscribers watching, you know? And I hope to be inspired and learning maybe something from me, or me learning something from you guys. So before I end this video, I'd like to go off and start with what I wrote. I have this book that I started, I guess, 22 days ago, and ever since then it has like a little section of like where you write. The purple stuff is what I've written, but I feel like it was meant for me to write in this book, because this book gives you, like, I guess, a scripture and her thoughts. This is a person who wrote this book, her, and I give my own thoughts. And I always, weirdly enough, like I always go, you know, like I'm speaking to somebody. Like I always write like I'm speaking to somebody. Maybe that's like an English thing, because English class, essays, you always, persuasive essays, I always talk like there's an audience, you know? But in this, like, I always did it. I always talked like I had an audience. So I've decided I'm gonna just go from one of the pages that I have. And I will add, I am still nervous and I'm still getting used to this. And I will not edit this video because I am not good at editing just yet. And that will be something to come throughout the rest of my videos. But I will not rush it, and it will come as it comes. Okay, So I'm gonna start from day 22, and usually I would start from day 1, but that's where I feel like it's a good place to start. And it's titled Stop Waiting for the Right Moment. And something about me is I am a planner. I will love to plan. I will plan always and forever. Well, past me. Well, and she loves organized, and she loved ordinance, and she's like very put together and very like on it, but in the inside she's really not. So that's why she did that at the beginning. Like she put herself, her outside as organized and put together, but her inside was not. And I'm talking in third person because that person isn't me anymore, and I don't want it to be me. Because even though I like to be organized still, I don't want to have a plan for it all. Because imagine knowing everything but not really knowing anything at all, not knowing what's to come, not knowing how everything's going to turn out, but you plan for it and it's not doing anything. That plan never goes out the way you imagined it to be. So I decided I'm going to let God plan. I'm going to let God have control. I'm going to let God do what he knows how to do best and just plan my life. And I will just try my best to walk in his ordinance and obey whatever he puts me through and whatever I gain towards him and towards the life experiences I have. And just overall, like, I don't think like there's a right moment. Like, where did we get that from? Where did we get right moment from? Is that, I believe that's something we learned from the world. Like, only the right moment, I would say, would be from God. Would be something that we got, like, that is God's right moment. God is the right moment, you know? Like, how can I explain this? The right moment is God's moment. That's it. That is what I want to say. That is what it is to me, because there's no right moment. Like, for an example, if you were to have kids and you wanted to have kids one day, you, of course, you wouldn't have it as a teenager, you know? And then you go to college, you're too busy then, and then you join the job that you went to college to gain, and then you're still too busy, and then so on and so forth. Like, you still are so busy. And I thought all that crazy, you realize the baby just comes, you know, the baby just happens, because there's no right moment. Like, there's no particular moment in your life that is the right time to do whatever you want to do. You just gotta throw caution to the window, like, and just do it. Now, I'm not saying teenagers go get pregnant or anything crazy like that. I'm saying don't plan too hard. Don't plan too much. Don't plan too far. Because that's what I did. That's what I still kind of do sometimes. And I'm trying to get out of that because I'm not a perfect human. And there's no such thing. But I'm slowly but surely trying to be how God imagined me to be. And that's what I want to be. It's not like I'm forced, and whoever isn't religious that watches these videos, it's not a forceful thing. It's a willing thing. I hope that makes sense. But in the book that I wrote, and it honestly just touches everything that I just said. But the one part that I'd like to add is the fear, or something I said the fear in my body was so big and so heavy to carry. I didn't have room to have or think about having faith. The right moment, I think, like I said, the right moment is God. And you need to believe in God for him to give you the right moment, right? And belief is faith in God. And back then, I had such heavy anxiety. It was so big and so strong that it just overcame me. Just, I guess, took over me, you know? And I couldn't have any room for faith, any room to think about God, because it was my every thought, and it felt like it was my every being to be anxious and to be afraid. But it wasn't, and that wasn't true at all, and it isn't. So I just slowly and surely, I didn't follow any lesson. I didn't follow any TikTok or any YouTube and lessons on how to get rid of anxiety or to get rid of anything. I just read my Bible. I just read my Bible and I prayed and I kept going and going. And surely enough, it wasn't as strong anymore. The monster grew smaller. The monster went back in his cage and it's being controlled. I'm not gonna lie, I still have that. I'm still anxious and I'm still going through it, but the monster is not big anymore. And I hope one day the monster is non-existent. And the only thing that is in me is God, you know? And don't take me wrong or anything. There isn't a monster living inside of me or anything like that, like demonic or anything, but more so as a metaphor, like that I'm using to describe fear and how it really takes over me. But that's how I want my channel to be like perceived as, like by what I've said all of this, and actually what I said in the beginning. I'm not gonna edit because I'm not good at it, but I hope that it doesn't throw you off from my YouTube channel. It doesn't throw you off from listening and hearing my mess ups, and if it makes you laugh, it makes you laugh, but if it doesn't and it makes you inspired and makes you want to start something, I'm glad, and that's really what I hope you to do. Thank you for listening. Love you always. Bye.